This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. What's the first thing that you would do if you had an extra hour in your day? Maybe you would go for a run, or you would maybe start a side hustle. I personally think I might take that hour to just sleep one extra hour, either go to bed an hour earlier or wake up an hour later. I used to feel like every time I had a little bit of extra time, I should do something productive. I should be doing something. And ultimately, it left me just running on empty. And thankfully, my therapist was very nice to point out that rest and sleep and rejuvenation, that is actually incredibly productive. And it totally changed the way that I thought about rest and self-care. And it really was in therapy that I looked at my priorities and like which ones are serving my greatest good and which ones am I doing because I just feel like I should. And it was really eye-opening for me. So I'm grateful for that. So if you are thinking about starting therapy, maybe you can learn how to prioritize yourself. Give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, suited to your schedule. And it's so easy. You just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch anytime for no additional charge. Learn to make time for what makes you happy with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/minutes-a-day to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/minutes. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this meditation for the spring equinox. So since we will be welcoming spring in just a few days, I thought it was the perfect time to do a meditation for renewal and clearing out the old, and then welcoming in a new seed of intention into your life to kind of honor this new time of rebirth. And of course, if you finish this meditation and you're like, I really liked that one, would you mind sharing it with someone or leaving a 5-star rating? It would be so helpful, and I would really appreciate it. So we'll begin just by taking a moment to physically get comfortable. So spring is all about finding balance and harmony, shedding the old so you can start fresh with a budding new idea or venture or really anything. So I want you to take a moment to make note of what you're ready to release and clear. And then I want you to think about what seed you're wanting to plant for your future, either an intention or an idea or anything that you're wanting to plant now so it will continue to grow throughout this whole season. And then when you've thought of those two things, shift your awareness to your breath. Just take a few big, deep, easy breaths as you physically begin to settle. You just bring yourself into your body and into this moment. And we'll begin with a check-in. Since the seasons are changing, the energy is shifting, checking in with how you're doing right now. How are you feeling after the long, dormant rest of winter? What's happening for you right now physically, mentally, emotionally? Just take inventory of what's happening within you and around you in this moment without judgment. Now we're going to begin to bring some balance to these different parts of us with a balancing breath. So we'll be doing an even inhale and exhale for a count of 4. We'll begin just by exhaling all of the air out of our lungs. And then inhale for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for a moment and exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. And continue to breathe like this Inhaling for 4, pausing for a moment, exhaling for 4. Really focusing on the balance, the even inhales and exhales. And if your mind wanders while you're breathing, that's okay. Just recognize that you're distracted. Bring yourself back and begin again. Inhale for 4, pause for 1. Exhale for 4, pause, and again. We'll do one more full round of this breath. And after your next exhale for 4, you can release the count and just settle into a smooth and effortless rhythm of breath. And now bring to the forefront of your mind whatever it is that you're feeling ready to clear or release from your life. It can be anything. What are we ready to leave in winter before we head into spring? What are we clearing right now? Think of it in your mind, imagining it all around you like this winter coat that's covering your body. Feels heavy, it's weighing you down, it's maybe a little uncomfortable. You're ready to take this coat off, to release this thing. So you take a few big deep breaths, and as you bring in that new air, imagine that you're standing outside. Your bare feet rooted into the ground, the sun is shining, it's a perfect spring day. And you just take off that heavy coat. Let it fall to the ground. And as you do, instantly you feel lighter, more refreshed, you're renewed as that spring sunlight hits your skin. You can hear birds chirping in the distance, and everything is alive, blossoming all around you. And those dapples of sunlight on your skin are so refreshing and warm and comforting after the long winter season. You just let that sun clear away any old energy or anything that you're no longer needing. Just let the sun spark that sense of renewal deep within you. And now you look around and you see that springtime life buzzing all around. There's buds on the trees. Plants are blooming. There's wildlife around. Everything is reawakening after the dormant winter season. You can smell that rich, fresh earth under your feet. Everything feels light, expansive, new. And you look around on the ground and you find this small little patch of earth. It's exactly what you're looking for. And so you walk over to that patch of earth and you take out a seed from your pocket. This seed is the intention, the new idea, or the new beginning that you want to cultivate during this spring season. And so you take your hands and you dig a small hole in the ground. You hold your seed, either speaking out loud or just saying in your mind what it is that you're planting right here for the equinox. And then you place that seed in the ground, cover it up. And then you lay your hands on top of that small mound of dirt underneath. That seed is beginning to grow. With your hands right over that little mound of dirt, you say, "May this seed grow with ease and abundance." And then you just sit there for a few moments, enjoying the life, the energy of spring. Just patiently waiting, knowing your seed is hard at work below the surface as you just rest and breathe. Now you take one more big deep breath. And as you do, you see the tiniest little sprout emerge from the ground. It's a small green little plant shoot just peeking out of the ground. It's your new idea, your intention, your new beginning. It's growing and it's thriving. It's nourished by the sun and the ground and the life of spring. You just take a moment of gratitude for this new tiny little sprout, the very beginning of something that's growing. And you tell yourself, "I welcome new growth into my life." Then you take a big deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out through your mouth. Taking a final moment to enjoy the light, expansive energy of spring and the new budding idea and intention that you're welcoming in at the beginning of spring, the time of growth, of new beginnings and harmony. Then when you're ready, you can begin to return to your body and return to the space around you. Maybe by inviting some movement in, or perhaps you just blink the eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. And I hope you have a beautiful and abundant spring.